get this. I am starring in a pilot presentation for a celebrity reality show. It's pretty cutting edge, huh?
Yeah, if it's 2003.
Number 10 worst. Mobile internet.
Some people will like surfing the web twice as fast. Some people will like downloading stuff twice as fast.
While cellular data can still be costly now, it was absolutely unreal how expensive it was at the dawn of the information age, right when people realized that cell phones were no longer optional. There was certainly pushback about how old someone should be before they got a cell, both at the time and even years on with the rise of social media. But you got one eventually, and your parents were paying for it.
How old are you, McLovin?
Old enough.
Old enough for what?
It's a party.
That's why the panic kids felt when they accidentally opened the phone's web browser was so profound. Worse, phones were so slow that it took the browser an age to close, after which your parents would get a mile-high bill because you looked at Google for 2 seconds.
By the way, you may have to become a full-on prostitute because our phone bill was $7,000.
Number 9 best. Creepypastas. Though they probably kept you awake at night, creepypastas were, and still are, an iconic part of internet culture. Most people who grew up just as creepypastas were beginning in the late 90s and onwards have one that affected them more than any other.
The palest man, the blackest suit, bigger than the tallest brute.
Maybe your worst nightmare to this day is Jeff the Killer. Maybe you still think about Ben Drowned every time you hear someone mention Majora's Mask. Or maybe you're haunted by the Slender Man. Slender Man remains the most infamous creepypasta of all, thanks in no small part to the viral success of Marble Hornets. And the creepypasta craze created a generation of new horror fans. Number 8 worst. The heated Team Edward / Team Jacob debate. The first Twilight novel was released in 2005, and the first movie came out in 2008, right at the end of the decade.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
A while.
The hype around Twilight was completely inescapable, with equal numbers of people building entire personalities around either loving it or hating it.
Vampires, werewolves, and romance.
Ah, you are the person that's been emailing me about Twilight. I thought you would be younger. And a girl.
Well, I'm not. I'm older and a boy.
If you liked Twilight, as so many of us did, you probably spent whole years of your young life hotly debating with your friends who was better, Edward or Jacob. Though, in hindsight, neither of them is a particularly good boyfriend.
Bella! Where the hell have you been, Luca?
Jacob started to get pretty creepy as well by Eclipse. It was an intense time for many young people. Maybe you even lost entire friendships because of disagreements over vampires and werewolves. Number 7 best. MSN Messenger. There was only one way to effectively communicate with your friends in the 2000s, MSN Messenger.
So it's like wireless internet and so we can just chat on MSN at lunchtimes to each other.
You may also remember it as Windows Live Messenger, and it does survive to this day through Facebook messages, but nothing compares to the original. Unlike texting, it was free, and there was no limit on how many messages you could send. And who can forget the universal experience of sending your crush a heartfelt confession only to pretend your account was hacked when they rejected you?
I've never seen a ogre cry.
I'm not crying.
MSN was responsible for making DMs a necessity for any social media site connecting people around the world. Number 6 worst. Minutes. If you thought paying for half a second of internet use was bad, wait until you remember the pain of having a limited number of minutes and text each month.
The whole world is watching this! Oh, wait, I'm out of data minutes. The whole world will be watching this on the 1st of next month!
Today, nearly all cell phone packages have unlimited text and minutes. It's the data you pay for above all else, but even that gets cheaper all the time, and unlimited data packages exist as well. But back then, you'd basically never be able to call anyone except your parents in an emergency because of the fear of running out of minutes.
Hello, may I please speak to Taylor Waddell? She's not home yet. Who's calling? Oh, this is Susan from Planned Parenthood. I have her test results. If you could have her give me a call as soon as she can. It's urgent. Thank you.
Maybe you only had an hour or two of minutes each month and only a few hundred texts. Thank goodness for MSN.
Hannah? My parents took my cell phone, so don't call it. Okay. My parents took her phone.
Number 5 best, Heelys.
Freedom is a wheel in your soul. It's Heelys, and it's all about fun.
With skateboarding and rollerblading rising in popularities in the 90s and early 2000s, it was only a matter of time before somebody decided to put wheels in regular sneakers.
I'm wearing Heelys. They're shoes with wheels. For efficiency purposes, now I can be serious faster.
You can also go nowhere faster.
That's exactly what Roger Adams did when he created Heelys in '99. Sneakers with built-in wheels that became a worldwide fad. Heelys were awesome, but eventually, parents and teachers became convinced that they were dangerous. And honestly, they weren't wrong.
Hey, what did I say about you wearing your Heelys inside?
There was real evidence that they could cause accidents and falls in many countries, which contributed to their decline.
10-week period, they had 67 kids come in with Heely-related injuries, everything from hurt wrists, broken ankles, cracked skulls.
But for a while, everybody had or desperately wanted Heelys. Number 4 worst, reality TV. It's still a giant genre of TV years on, with the likes of Love Island taking over the world. But reality TV was new and ruthless in the 2000s.
A 34-year-old real estate developer from Chicago, Illinois, Mel Platsky.
There seemed to be absolutely no safeguarding or concern for anybody's welfare, either the contestants or viewers, warping everybody's perception of reality.
Do you think you can make me look younger and do something with this?
I think we can kind of erase all that previous pain you've gone through.
I'll make you all proud.
Good, make us proud.
The 2000s saw the birth of Big Brother, Are You Hot, and Cheaters. Not to mention a myriad of makeover shows that outright encouraged people to get plastic surgery they often didn't need.
Johnny, what do you think?
But the lady Micah beholds is not very fair.
They were terrible for body positivity, getting criticism for how insecure they could make you feel. It's fun to look back on now, but at the time, it's a miracle these things were allowed on TV. Number 3 best, Flash games. When you were bored in class and had access to a computer, Flash games came to the rescue. Who can forget the stress of hastily closing a tab so your teacher didn't catch you playing Happy Wheels, Run, or Bloons Tower Defense? There were so many great Flash games that it's likely every single person had a different favorite and a different one they kept playing even when they got home. Some Flash games were even more fun than mainstream console and PC games.
This is the best game ever!
Plus, try as you might, you just couldn't take your PS2 to school and shirk off math class with GTA 3.
John, you can't!
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Number 2 worst, Scary Maze Game. Speaking of games, there was one that stood a cut above the rest and well and truly traumatized an entire generation. Scary Maze Game. It was a simple maze you had to navigate by moving your mouse. Until the very end, where the maze got too narrow for your dot to make it to the end. When you inevitably touched the wall, you were subjected to this nightmarish jump scare. Though you were probably too young to have actually seen 1973's The Exorcist.
I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it!
You knew enough about it to recognize Regan McNeil when she appeared at the end.
To confront this cruel demon.
Between that and the infamous relaxing car drive video, it's a wonder millennials and Gen Z ever used a computer again. Number 1 best, Kids TV. Not only did 2000s kids get to grow up watching Aang's journey to master the 4 elements in Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they got the cream of the crop where TV in general was concerned. Be sure to tell us in the comments which you look back on most fondly. But every single channel had multiple shows that stood the test of time. There were cartoons like SpongeBob, Totally Spies, Kim Possible, Codename Kids Next Door, and Samurai Jack.
Back to the past, Samurai Jack. Watch it. Gotta do that. Back to the past, Samurai Jack.
And there were incredible live action offerings on every channel as well, like Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and The Sweet Life. It's no wonder we spent so much time glued to our screens.
Don't leave me! I hate to be alone! Except when I'm watching TV, then leave me alone.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.